All right, welcome to our first edition of Reely's Rewinds. We're gonna be doing these for just older movies that we want to review, either ones we've seen or haven't seen. Our Fast and Furious marathon that we're gonna do this summer will be under this category.
Wait. As you bring that up, are we gonna film that as 3 different episodes and
That-
just do 3 at a time?
I think so, because I feel like we're gonna not have a ton to talk about. Honestly, like we don't have that much to talk about the movie today.
Alpha.
Yeah, Alpha Vin Diesel. Yeah,
But-
we're really
but-
hyping this up.
But look, Brie Larson is coming to the Fast and Furious franchise.
Yeah, movie news drop. Really reviews movie news drop. Brie Larson has been cast in Fast and Furious 10.
Or she's been hinted by Vin Diesel himself that she's part of the quote-unquote family.
Vin Diesel's in charge,
Yes,
So-
he owns the franchise.
so she's in the family now. But yeah, we watched Top Gun, 1986, for this first episode, and it stars Tom Cruise, as many of you know. And the reason I wanted to watch this, or we decided to watch this, was because
Nick was scrolling through Netflix and
yeah.
Amazon Prime and whatever else to find a movie.
I just saw Top Gun on there, and I was like, okay, well, the sequel is coming out in May, so we'll probably end up reviewing that. So why not watch this one? Because neither of us had seen it.
On the record, I did not want to watch this. I was more interested in Titanic or 2001: Space Odyssey.
Yeah, which are probably a couple of movies we might.
But you
do
suggested
going
it,
forward.
and I thought, sure,
Yeah,
let's give it a try. I've heard good things,
yeah,
mainly from veterans and people who were very excited about military movies. But
yeah. We'll get into the review in a second, but just first as an announcement, we are now on YouTube. We were originally on SoundCloud. I'm going to stop posting on there just because they give us a limit, but we are going to have all episodes out on YouTube if you want to listen to us in the background on your Google Chrome tabs while you're shopping, online shopping, or while you're playing Fortnite, or while you're, whatever else. Our full catalog will be on
illegally
YouTube.
Selling drugs,
Yes.
committing tax fraud.
Yes. But yeah, that's exciting. We're on YouTube, so go find us there.
Is there really anything wrong with committing tax fraud?
No, I mean, I'm sure Tom Cruise would commit tax fraud
In the Top Gun universe?
in all of his universes.
All of them mixed together,
Yes.
just action movies.
Yeah, let's get into this movie. Do you want to just run through the plot, or do you want to?
You do the plot again. I couldn't do the plot
Okay.
last time.
So Tom Cruise plays a naval fighter pilot.
Naval aviator.
Naval aviator pilot. He's selected to go to a school for the top 1% of these fighter pilots in the Navy.
Yep.
And Val Kilmer's also at the school. He's sort of his
Batman.
rival. Well, he's also Batman, but he's sort of his rival schoolmate person that they're competing for, who can be the best in the class. So that's going on the whole time.
Well, yeah. Wait. You missed the importance. They get immortalized on that small little 1x3-inch plaque.
Yeah, there's just a plaque on the wall with all the names of the people that are the best.
And then the wingman Goose goes. Goose is spelled with 2 O's.
Yeah, so there's a guy named Goose. He's the sidekick. He's just funny.
Sorry
And
to interrupt. In there.
Sorry to spoil, but he dies.
Why would you? Why would you just drop that so quickly?
Because the movie just dropped that. Honestly, it felt kind of out of nowhere. It didn't feel out of nowhere. It felt like it was about time something was going to happen.
It was hectic, and they had just introduced his family, and
I don't think it had the emotional impact that they wanted it to. But we'll get
it
into
didn't.
that.
The movie didn't hold up.
Yeah, the other plot lines going on really just involve Maverick.
Wait. Okay, yeah.
who
Let's
is-
go back to the plot.
Maverick
Sure.
is the main character, Tom Cruise's character, and he's also got a love story going on with this instructor lady, and then he's got a thing going on with his dad, and he's got his emotional baggage that he's dealing with.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the plot.
He's got multiple things going on at once
Yeah,
while trying to be
Yeah.
the greatest fighter pilot of all time.
you said for you, this movie didn't age well.
No. We both agree that they had some good shots. We weren't sure how they filmed all of the aerial footage with the actual fighter pilots and all the planes and things.
I looked it up. I mean, apparently
I
they had
assumed
cameras on the actual planes.
I assumed they had practicals for when they blew things up because they didn't have special effects or visual effects at that time.
No, there was no CGI in the 80s.
So-
That was good enough for this.
Yeah, and it looked good. The miniatures worked well. The actual camera footage, I still don't know what camera they used back from 1986.
Yeah, but those did hold up. I think that was the part of the movie that did hold up.
Yeah, that was the visual spectacle of this film.
Yeah.
Everything else didn't matter.
Well, I mean, it was still entertaining. I want to say the plot was still
We
entertaining.
were laughing at it more than we actually found it entertaining.
Yeah, and like there were moments that we were laughing at because I think they were trying to be funny, and then there were moments where the movie was just it was a little too corny and like a little too over the top with stuff.
Do you think that the directors were intending to do that? I don't think so.
I think
they
the
were
writing was a little bit, yes, intentionally 80s
Do you
cheesy.
think so? I think it was just like everything from the 80s just kind of looked like that and kind of came out
Sure.
like that. Like there isn't any movie that I remember from the 80s that I was really like, oh, I really thought this was a good movie.
There are some good movies in the 80s, but
I bet there were.
the popular movies like this one definitely were a little over the top with like the slow-mo stuff, and like there was some shit like the whole love thing. You know, this is an 80s PG movie, so there's like basically, you know,
It's
sex
PG-13.
without nudity in the
It's
movie.
PG-13 borderline R for
Yeah.
certain parts.
Yeah, like the romance scenes were just kind of like the shots lingered a little too long, and like you gotta like Tom Cruise's facial expressions in this movie are just like they are
like-
laughable. Like we were laughing at them.
He was like a stone cold killer on certain scenes where he should have been like endearing and he should have been paying attention and listening to people, but like he was just staring almost at the camera.
It was funny though.
For 10 seconds at a time, and they just wouldn't cut away from it. Like I think the way they edited this, they had their film strips and they were just like, okay, keep as many frames as you possibly can.
Yeah, just
And
a
they
little too long for
and,
some
like,
of them.
I don't know why the studio didn't cut some of these out.
Because Tom Cruise was the heartthrob of the 80s at that
Yes.
point. This was his peak. He was you know, he was the sex symbol that, you know, this movie wanted him to be. And he came across as very goofy in some of these scenes, I think.
Yeah, he did. He did. That's true. But there was too much. There was too much going on for old Tom Cruise in this film.
Yeah. And I don't think it was bad.
It wasn't good. Would you call it good?
I mean, I would call it above average. Yes. I like
this is not average.
like
Nick.
because no, but I'm gonna give it more benefit of the doubt because the action sequences, which honestly do make up a lot of the runtime for this movie, like for what this movie is, like I don't think it was trying to be like a storytelling masterpiece. It wasn't trying to be like it's super emotional. Like
No, but they didn't have any emotion. There was literally nothing. To
it was
this
a
movie.
little. The plot was a little thin.
It was so dull. We were both on our phones at points in this movie, or we were just laughing at how
Yeah.
everybody was sweaty in the scene, and we didn't listen to anything of the dialogue.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe in the 80s there was a thing for sweaty
Do
men.
you think this was just a product of its time then?
I think yes. I think this.
Okay.
I think the movie, the draw of the movie, and the draw of the next Top Gun movie is probably going to be the same. It's the spectacle of the shooting of the aerial sequences.
so-
You know, the fighting, and the training and everything. The intensity and like thrilling aspect of those sequences, I think, is the draw of the
Okay,
movie.
so the super American hero kind of shitty storyline.
Yeah.
You think that was what they had in the 80s, and now we just have
I think
CGI low
that
contrast.
that was a thing in the 80s that was popular. Yes,
Okay,
because
so now we just have low contrast CGI green
Yeah.
screen shitty superhero films.
yeah, that's what we have now.
And so this is like our Marvel.
I would say yes. I would say this is because I know this type of movie. You know, you get the blockbuster stars, you get Val Kilmer, you get
Was Val
Tom
Kilmer
Cruise.
big at this time?
Yeah, I think so.
When
I
did his
mean,
Batman movie come out? I don't remember when that was.
It was later,
Okay.
but he was on the rise for sure. Because I think Kilmer's movie was in the 90s, but it was Val Kilmer was on the rise. You know, Tom Cruise. I'm sure this helped both of their careers. This was a big
Yeah.
movie for them just
Yeah.
because it was a blockbuster action film, and clearly some of these like these fighter pilot sequences were not cheap to shoot. So
No.
yeah, that's what I'll say. I liked that part, and for me, like, it brought up this. Like, the story was not good. The story was really not good.
No, it wasn't.
That's
why I'm saying this isn't a good movie.
But like, it also made me laugh. Like, it kept me entertained. Like, it wasn't like.
But that was because we were laughing at it. We weren't laughing with it.
I was laughing. I think I was laughing with it at some times, but then I was also laughing. Yeah, we were laughing at it plenty. There was a lot of sweaty men. I don't know if sweaty men was a thing, like a kink.
Like they literally just were. They did nothing, and they just showed up on this boat, and they're just sweating, just drenched in sweat.
They were doing jumping jacks.
No, they weren't. We were joking that they must have been training with jumping jacks, but they weren't. We know that. They just fly planes. Why would they need to do jumping jacks?
Yeah, there were some goofy elements to this movie. Overall, though, it's if you like action movies where you kind of turn your brain off, you don't really have to be paying attention to the plot.
Go watch something else.
You're not gonna. Well, no, honestly, because I think this movie has a place. You're being too negative on this, because I think you're like, Marvel movies that are like this have a place too.
Yeah, but they at least have a coherent story. We have no idea what was happening.
I know this had a coherent story. It wasn't good, but it had a coherent story. It was very thin and not much going on. And the romance thing was really bad. Like, honestly, did not like that.
It was really bad. It didn't do anything for this story.
No, but
it didn't give him any troubles. It didn't fuel him to be a better person or anything. He just
it did.
Did it?
It was very thin, but it did fuel him to be, it did drive him a little more. And she was an emotional, supportive figure. She comes into the bar when he's distraught after Goose had died. And then he just
brushes her off his shoulder and goes to the next person in his life.
No, because she got him to go back to the school, or sort of got him to at least reconsider.
He went to the guy.
Yeah, but she got him to reconsider. No, I think there was a little more than you're giving it credit for. Like, I think it was.
Sorry, by the way, this is a big spoiler warning. Maybe a few minutes too late.
I already spoiled it. I already said Goose.
We've already spoiled so much here. Just so you know, if you don't want to watch this movie, we're giving you all of it.
We are giving you all of it. I mean,
go watch the flight scenes. Flight scenes are good.
I think if you're with a group of friends and you're just like, you know what? Let's just put something with some hot men, flying a bunch of planes, and the flight scenes are really cool.
Should we mention how they were just randomly touching each other a bit too much?
Yeah, there was some weird touching going on.
There was some over the top locker room action going on in this movie.
But again, that's part of the draw. I think it's let's get all these sexy actors, and
they're just gonna pat each other on the shoulder and rub their hand across the other dude's back real quick.
If you want something to laugh at and then sort of be engaged by with the action sequences, because there are plenty of them. They're a little goofy, they're very 80s, but they're really good. I think if that's what you're looking for, this has a place. It's not a smart movie. It's not it's not gonna make you think. It's really you're probably gonna forget about the plot. We're probably gonna forget about this plot in a few days. But
I don't remember the plot. I just know that he was purposely doing what he thought would work, and it was all just risky business up in the sky.
He's a cocky pilot.
Which in the real world,
a big guy.
If you did any of that stuff, they would obviously kick you right out of flight school. But he, for some reason, just gets to go wherever and work wherever he wants.
He's Maverick. He's Logan Paul.
That's so stupid. That's so stupid.
It's a goofy, over-the-top action, crazy movie, and that's what it is. It was a fun. For me, it was a fun time. That's what puts it over the edge. I enjoyed watching it.
But it's because we were laughing at it, not with it.
I know
they didn't give too many jokes out.
I know, but
I throw any bones to us to really pick up. We were just laughing at it. I don't think
it was trying to be taken too seriously, though. That's the thing. That's what I'm giving this movie the benefit of the doubt with. It wasn't trying to be taken too seriously. Morbius felt like it was trying to be taken seriously. This did not.
Morbius was the greatest piece of cinema we've ever seen.
That's true.
Remember when they got 1 more billion tickets?
More billion tickets. Let's give a score for Top Gun 1986.
You go first.
I can go first? Okay. I'm going to go 6.1 on this. 6.1 out of 10.
Okay.
And that's sort of factoring it in for what it is.
For what it is.
Yes, for like this type of movie, like just an action sort of not super crazy plot, 6.1 out of 10.
I would say this is like a 5-6.
Okay, that's actually higher than I thought you were gonna go.
Like I would trash this movie a lot more, but I think you are right. It probably is partially a product of its time.
Yeah. And I don't
But-
want to trash it because it's still, there are parts of this movie that are still really impressive. And like, the
but-
plot's not good.
But I don't think their special effects and their actual camera work is enough to carry this movie.
I think it can be.
Any better score.
I
than
think
what
it can
have
be
given
because
it.
I think it's just a fun time. Like, I don't think this movie's trying to make you question life or think about anything differently. Like, it's just an American hero.
But there are so many better movies than this.
There are.
Easily.
There are. But like, if you wanted to sit in a room with your friends and just talk and hang out,
Go watch Chicken Little.
Chicken Little's a good one for that. Yeah.
Chicken Little is so much better than this.
But this is also just a good time. Like, I don't know. I think it's just a good time. Like, it's fun. I 6.1. It's not great, but it's good.
I
It's
had
like,
more
okay.
fun watching Morbius, laughing at Morbius, than I had more fun watching.
No, you
this.
didn't. I know you didn't. I did not
I
have
think-
more fun watching Morbius. You did not. Stop. That is a lie. You're lying right now. You did not have more fun.
But do you
watching
remember the action sequences in Morbius?
Morbius. Yeah, we were just like, what the hell's going on? In this, we could actually tell what's going on. And there were moments where we were
I
like,
know,
that's
I
kind of
know.
cool. Or like, wow. Or like,
To whoever's listening, that was sarcastic.
Yes.
If you watch Morbius, or when you watch Morbius, I should say, you will see the action sequences as if you just turned your phone on to video, pressed record, and threw your phone across
yeah,
somewhere.
the worst
That's-
type of.
You
Yes.
couldn't make out anything. In this movie, you could at least tell what's happening.
Yes, the worst
for the most
type.
part.
The worst type of movie in this genre is the one that is boring, and this one was not boring. That's what I'll say. Like, and that for me,
His
combined with-
character was boring.
actually, I mean, I thought his character was kind of funny.
Goose or
Well, I thought Maverick was kind of funny too. I thought all of them were goofy. Like,
Maverick
I
was just funny
laughing at
because
the
he didn't do
goofiness of
anything.
it. It's
he was only funny because he blankly stared at people, and he was just overly like serious for no reason. I'm gonna be the best fighter pilot ever.
No,
in the United States Navy.
You're leaving stuff out. No, he was.
He said that in the
He
beginning.
had plenty of quips, little goofy, like cheesy pickup lines with the girl.
when he
and,
puts on the
and with
sunglasses.
the other guy. No, and he was bouncing off Val Kilmer's character a little. Like, you're giving You're giving this movie way less credit. than it
Maverick
deserves.
became big guy Tom Cruise, and that was it.
Yes, and it was entertaining. Like, that's what I'll say. Like, it was funny. Like, it made me laugh. Honestly, when I was supposed to, sometimes. Like, this is not a terrible movie, and I would recommend it if you are looking forward to the next Top Gun movie, that one is coming out in May, and apparently it also has some of the cool, like, real practical
flying.
real flying. Yeah.
Well, that's easier to do
I
nowadays.
think Tom Cruise has a pilot's license, so they're gonna film some of the stuff with Tom Cruise actually flying planes. So that is cool alone, and like that's why like this type of movie.
Yeah, but
is good in my
they have
eyes.
they have a good cast now too. So I think they will have some decent writing, hopefully.
I don't even think this type of movie needs decent writing. Like,
No,
it just needs
I think-
it just needs writing that works.
But that would add so much more to this.
I don't know if there is much more to be added to this because the
There was
spectacle
no-
of the picture is the planes. Like,
Yeah, but there should be like some character to follow, like some character arc to follow. He
there's
didn't do anything.
an attempted character arc here.
An
Yes.
attempt. Yes, there should be
Yes.
a completed character arc.
I don't know. I'm not gonna be too hard on it because I'm judging this for what it is,
Okay, fine.
and our scores aren't even that different, anyways. We've been talking about Top Gun for too long.
Sure.
This is good. This has been our first really rewind. If you guys have any suggestions for this,
Shoot us.
thanks to those who already sent an email to us. We've got
Emails. Shoot us a DM. Shoot us some
Yeah.
tweets.
something. Some of the really rewind suggestions already were other series of movies. We're probably gonna do Fast and Furious first, which will take us a while to get through because there's 9 of them. But once we do that, we'll look into the other ones. But yeah, thank you for listening. This has been our review of Top Gun. We'll see you guys for the next episode.